YouTubers, welcome back for another adventure. So last time you saw this thing, we figured out there was a broken wire in the pulse generator, this CDI trigger, and we managed to get that cover off without breaking anything important or spilling too much oil on the driveway. I ended the video when I had to go inside and start looking for parts. I very quickly found out that this gasket is not easily available, though the stator and pulse generator as a combo are available, but not the pulse generator on its own. So what I decided to do is splice the wire, and you can see the splice there, the soldering iron, and the liquid tape to cover it up. So that was kind of a little bit of a janky repair, but we went with it. So I bought this Permatex stuff, and I was going to put a nice ring around here, but once I cleaned this up, I kept trying to install it, and I kept touching the edges, which would mess up the gasket. So obviously that wasn't going to work. So for a gasket, I cut up a cereal box. It seemed to be exactly the right thickness. And if you go through the trouble of placing it on here, it looks like it fits perfectly. I could seal it all up nicely, and life hopefully is good. What I'm going to do on the glossy side of the gasket, I'm going to use the old aviation stuff, and I'm going to glue this down well. And then on the fiber side of the gasket, I'll be oiling it. So should this ever have to come off again, I think I'll be able to get it loose. If you put this aviation stuff on both sides, you've just glued this down like forever. So that's something you don't want to do. I'm just taking a quick look here. There's an oil passage right there. This is a bolt, so that's not that big a deal. This is an oil passage for oiling that up. So I just want to make sure everything's clear, and it appears to be. I'm going to put this on, let it get good and tacky, so when I set this on, it's not floppy, so it won't grab anything as I'm trying to maneuver it in place. So it's all stuck down nice. You guys might say, yeah, but you got this overlap here. The gasket they had on here had quite a bit of overlap also. So I'm going to let it get even a little tackier and stick down really very nicely. And once again, oil this side up and smash it on the... I have to clean off the side of the engine. I'm probably going to just lightly torque it and let it sit overnight. Finish it up, get oil into it, and hopefully it'll be running shortly. The side of the motor is installed again. You can see the goop leaching out of the gasket. You know, use the star pattern to torque it down, crisscrossing always so that it's snugged in nicely. It doesn't appear to be leaking any oil. I'm going to start this thing up on the intravenous bottle, and I'm doing that deliberately. You guys can see the intravenous bottle there, because I'm still not quite sure what's going on with this gas tank. You could see I have the jug, so that as the fuel pump pumps fuel, it goes into the jug, not all over the ground. We got the jump pack there, which is tickling the starter directly, because if you guys recall, the starting solenoid died on me. The rest of the 12-volt system is running on a battery, and you can see it right there. Right, the red light came on. You can see the choke. I'm going to kind of do this one-handed, one-legged, and see what happens. Let's see if this puppy's going to do anything for me. chokes off. I think I'm going to have to put some money into this thing. I'm going to actually have to buy it. A stator. Kind of idle. But as you bring the RPMs up, it starts breaking up. I think I got a bad pulse generator. Even though I fixed the wire, it doesn't seem to be repaired. God, if you guys knew how much work I put into it. And even as I'm working on it now, you see that those drips, every one of those seems to be going right down my back. I'm going to include this video, even though she's not quite running yet. I really wanted to get it out for snow donuts, right? I got snow on the ground. I guess that's not happening. Anyway, I wanted to include this video to show you guys things don't always go completely easy. You got to have the patience, and you just got to start all over again and make things happen, right? Remember your troubleshooting. I had to make sure there was not water in the gas, and that the gasoline was any good, right? I had one time a jug of bad gas, and it kind of went from like machine to machine, wrecking the carburetors until about the third or fourth one. I figured out, I wonder if something's wrong with the gas. I seem to be rebuilding a lot of carburetors here. Anyhow, I wish we were doing donuts. I want to thank you all for watching. I'm sure there's going to be comments about what machines have gone bad for y'all. Hopefully, once again, I could just drop that that pulse generator in and have it fixed. I've heard stories about bad voltage regulators. Once again, I'm sure there's a million of them. I have one of the China all-terrain vehicles that has a bad wire harness, and every once in a while I'll get into it and I'll ride it, and it'll take me right out to the middle of the lawn where it always dies. And that it's done that to me a few times until finally it's like, you know what, don't even take that out until you fix it. Just replace the wire harness and stop fooling around. Anyway, I want to thank you all for dropping by to watch and comment and subscribe. Hopefully whatever you fix today actually stays fixed. Feet down, heads up, get out and enjoy each and every day. Bye now.